sitting there and trying to pick apart the psychology of someone who's clearly fucking insane and not right in the head.
Well, why would a Republican candidate, as someone who has run a very large event that did involve the FBI and the
like, that's how she talks, right? She like immediately assumes the role that she's an expert on every topic, always. So anyway, since we're talking about Sam Hyde, Beezle Bumbleman, he's been A-logging the fuck out of Anisa. And I guess there's some really juicy shit that came out on their new podcast that is like, I'm always wary about reviewing it because it's monetized. You have to go through a paywall to watch it. As much as I talk shit on idubbbz and Anisa, one thing that they are very, very, very good with, and they do deserve props for, is they do not try to censor people at all. Even when their clips from their podcast go viral, which is monetized and underneath a paywall, they do not take down people reacting to it. They do not remove that content. They don't pursue it at all. They do try to tackle criticism head on, very poorly, in my opinion, but that is what they do. And they do deserve a round of applause for that. They really do. I want to go over some of these clips just to see what they've been up to. And Beezle Bumbleman, fan of the channel, he's been cataloging it all. So I want to go over this. So, and luckily we have descriptors here because they say some funny shit. They're quite humorous at times. So this is Dan. Uncle Dan says the shooter is stupid for using an AR-15 instead of a rifle. I just assume if Beezle clips these, they're funny. So let's check them out.
What's funny is that he's so stupid. He brought an AR.
Yeah, I know.
For a long distance shot. I
know.
Which I don't even know anything about guns. I know that that's like not an ideal weapon to be using for that situation. You should be using a rifle.
Again, so ironic because bro was wearing Demolition Ranch merch.
Yeah.
You are consuming gun
my
content.
God, yeah.
Like fed to you.
Is it really appropriate to like the shooter was an idiot because he used the wrong rifle? Well, what are you trying to say? What are you saying? What are you saying there? He attempted to shoot somebody, and your criticism is he used the wrong rifle. What are you trying to say there, dude? What's your take?
And you still made a bad choice?
Let's be real. He only had one.
AR is a rifle. Dave would know. I trust Dave Jones, and I won't check it further. I trust my chatters. I only can read what my chatters say. I have a psychological lock. I won't learn how to do anything. Okay. I just think it's inappropriate. I think it's inappropriate for them to sit on their YouTuber haha hee hee podcast and talk about the subject. I don't like political people. I don't like political creators, to be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of people online talking about politics because there's no way that MeJoeShmoe in his fucking bedroom knows anything about politics worth mentioning.
Gun, probably.
He probably
like, this is the perfect gun. It can do long range. It can do short range. It's the perfect military device.
They always pick the AR-15.
Yeah.
Always.
Why? And there are also some like people that I saw on Twitter who are like actual gun experts, and they're just like
Some people that I saw on Twitter that are actual gun experts
clearly didn't like zero the rifle or whatever you're supposed to do. Apparently, like, you have to adjust the sights and stuff.
He clearly, what, did these gun experts go and look at the fucking gun that was used? What are you saying? What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
It's hard to make.
And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe he missed, dude. Just
long distance.
Very ignorant. Like
it's a difficult like machine to operate
because you have to account for like drop and stuff.
All the things.
Anisa becoming an expert before our very eyes on guns when it pertains to this. So yeah, I don't know. Obviously that's cringe because we're just to talk like it's insane. It's insane. Fucking the idea to just like there's an assassination attempt on somebody and you're like, I know, and I saw like your takeaway is I looked around on Twitter and they were saying that like they used the wrong gun. Like, oh my God, I can't believe he used the wrong gun, dude. What the fuck? Like the complete disregard for concern for human life that they justify through their political ideology is insane. Beezle continues to post. The gang speculates on why the shooter was a registered Republican. Just so cringe. I hate people talking about politics online. I hate it. I hate anyone. I think politics is some of those anything political. Politics like rots your fucking brain, dude. It's just dumb. Yeah, my dude, the Twitter gun expert, my homie.
There's a lot of, want to say, like, I think there's a lot of people who are like, well, what, you know, why would a Republican shoot a Republican candidate? And like,
why would this? I love this debate too, and this isn't a political take. This is the people who are the people who discuss politics are a moron take. Dude is deranged person. Like, if you go to murk someone, you're fucked up in the head. You're deranged. And then after this happens, we have this debate on like whether he was a Republican or a registered Republican. And now Anissa's like, well, why would he register as a Republican? The dude fucking got up on a fucking rooftop and tried to shoot the president. Fucking, he's deranged. He's a crazy person. Why are we trying to figure out why crazy people do things? They do it because they're fucking crazy, Anisa. They do it because they're fucking nuts. And that's not just her. That's like that's a point she's echoing. It's a point she's echoing. So stupid.
That is like, I think bro is just an incel who wanted to be remembered.
Can build an AR to fire t-shirts. It's
and
pretty
like,
cool.
Now we're so
look, bro is just an incel. Bro has to be an incel, which probably was. But like the sitting there and trying to pick apart the psychology of someone who's clearly fucking insane and not right in the head is just funny to me. What are you gaining? Are you trying to prove that he was like, I can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around it. Insane person tries to shoot someone. Let's talk about it. I
want to say, like, I think there's a lot of people who are like, well, what, you know, why would a Republican shoot a Republican candidate? And like, my reply to that is like, I think bro is just an incel who wanted to be remembered for shooting someone. And like, now we're so desensitized to people shooting up children, churches, mosques. Like, we're so desensitized to that like, he was like, I have to do something more like memorable. And I'm going to be remembered for shooting a presidential candidate, especially one that's like in this.
Right. Anisa trying to pick apart why crazy people do crazy shit.
I think we all.
That's my only opinion there.
Also, oh, go ahead, Dane.
Oh, I was going to just chip in and also say that I think that people who point that out, they're like, wait, why would a Republican shoot a Republican? Clearly, they don't know anything about like the history of these things, because like
the history of assassinations.
Literally,
like, oh God, they're just, and it's not their fault. The thing is, they are constantly leaving their depth. They're constantly leaving conversations that they should be like, they're not knowledgeable on the things they're speaking about, right? And they don't have the self-awareness to realize that they're talking about something that they have no business talking about. But then that's mixed with the fact that there's like this group of people that are like A-logging the fuck, like Beazle. They're A-logging the fuck out of Anisa and idubbbz. So you just get all of these like clipped little takes of them just being like totally like, why did the crazy person do something crazy? Well, Anisa, if you look into the history of assassinations, you'll see, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about right now?
Like the most famous example of a presidential assassination, like John Wilkes Booth or whatever. He was a Marxist, which is like left-leaning. Yeah. So like, why would he shoot a left-leaning president? Because he's
fucking nuts. He was shooting at the fucking president. He's fucking crazy. That's why. He's fucking nuts, bro. Why do crazy people do crazy shit? What's wrong with you? You're trying to rationalize an irrational situation.
An extremist. Like, extremists on both sides are going to be mad at presidential candidates for not being extreme enough. Like, I guarantee you that if this guy was like truly on the right, like his voting history says, I bet you he was like alt-right, like far like so far right that because I've known people who are like far right who say that Trump isn't doing enough, you know what I mean, and that's why they're mad at him. So it's like, it's very easy to be mad at these candidates if you don't think that they're doing enough.
I don't know, I know more than them though.
You just did. Like,
what's this clip? I don't know what this clip is.
Like, I don't think the commitment should be there. I just want to clarify. But if you're gonna fuck over the whole country, okay, by doing what the fuck you just did and killing someone else while you're doing it, at least put in some effort.
Well, yeah,
No, you're right.
Of course.
Like, what the fuck is that?
That's
I'm
absolutely
mad.
What?
Like, I don't think the commitment should be there. I just want to clarify. But if you're
I don't. Dude, she's so fucking nuts, dude. She's so nutty, man. And there's lots of, to be fair to Anisa, there's lots of people online that are nutty. The problem is she has like a magnifying scope on her fucking mouth. And it just like, she can't get away with it. She can't get away with it. She can't just say something dumb to her like insular audience. And like, they'll just take it, be like, oh, okay, they'll like head nod, bob at her. She has like, majority of her audience, a giant portion of her audience is literally just people looking for her to say stupid shit. Like, she's being milked, bro. She's like a bona fide fucking lol cow.
if you're gonna fuck over the whole country, okay, by doing what the fuck you just did and killing someone else while you're doing it, at least put in some effort.
Well, yeah,
No, you're right.
Of course.
Like, what the fuck is that?
And idubbbz, dude, that's insane. She's literally like, dude, if you're good, like, I wish he would have put in more effort into assassinating someone. And idubbbz is like, well, yeah, if you're gonna do it, of course, put more effort, dude. Like, how did this pass editing? You'll have stupid conversations with your buddies, right? Like, you'll be at the bar and you'll talk about something like insane that no one should really be discussing, whatever. But like, this was like filmed, recorded, edited, published. Like, what the fuck, man? This isn't live, is it? Where's Jarjuice? Jarjuice would know. He's what? He what? Beazle, is this live? Where my Anisa fucking A-loggers? Because if it's live, I can almost excuse it. It's a wild state of mind to be in for this conversation, but I can almost excuse it if it's live. Jarjuice, is this recorded live? It's not live. This past editing, bro. I can excuse having dumbass conversations in the moment and saying some out of whack shit, but this went through editing. This was like, yeah, yup, this is my take.
I think I'm being more
like,
what a fucking nutty people, dude. idubbbz says Norm Macdonald's jokes about Yoko Ono aged poorly. Oh, of course he did.
oh god,
Anisa is frequently referred to as Yoko Ono for ruining idubbbz's career, which I don't agree with. idubbbz ruined his own career. And to be fair, he still has more of a career than most people have. So, I don't know. But yeah, it's funny to call her Yoko Ono because she gets upset. That's kind of where it ends. I don't think there's much truth to it. Because he seems the thing is, idubbbz genuinely seems like he's remorseful. I think idubbbz has been gaslit or has gaslit himself and genuinely believing that he caused racism. Like, he's the reason that there's racist kids. I think he genuinely has remorse for that. He doesn't strike me as like Anisa, I would say, the way they both speak, I would say that she's probably a grifter. She'll just do whatever she thinks she's got to do to get higher up on the social chain. She's admitted to as much. She used to be the sneaky snake of YouTube or the internet. She was trying to get with all the top YouTubers. She was trying to get with Leafy before idubbbz. She has a history of social climbing. Grifty shit. idubbbz, I don't know. I don't get the same vibe from him. I think he's genuinely remorseful for his actions, and he doesn't need to be. And I can't tell whether Anisa made him feel that way or if he feels that way himself, but I mean, he's his own fucking man, dude. I mean,
it kind of killed a vibe for us, I think, around Norm Macdonald.
What's wrong with Croc's bagel?
It kind of killed a vibe for us, I think, around Norm Macdonald as well.
oh god,
Anisa could play a part, but like, he's still his own person, you know? Norm Macdonald was killed for idubbbz.
hated seeing that. It made me sad.
He obviously, like, they just used a couple of clips of Norm basically, you know, on SNL or one of his many like talking head shows where he basically makes a joke about Yoko being a crazy bitch.
Yeah.
And I think he uses basically those exact words, and it's just like, I get it. At the time, that's totally an acceptable and normal thing to say. That is not groundbreaking or even edgy at the time to say or suggest. But it did make me, like, I don't know, like reflect a little bit more on those like choices to make these jokes and like just how they age.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just makes me want to
Ooh,
be like better at telling jokes.
What's the It's
My cat hit his head. So he hates Norm Macdonald now because he fucking made jokes about Yoko Ono. Oh my God, Beazle, you're A-logging,
kind
bro.
of killed a vibe for us, I think, around Norm Macdonald.
Anisa explains why she's
The
hated.
Lindsay Ellis. It was oddly.
I love to hear her headcanon, bro. Her Anisa cope is like unmatched, bro. The copium that she's taking is like insane levels of copium. I almost feel bad for her. I feel like she could be successful. And arguably she is successful, right? By like normal standards. But she could like totally like, well, she is trying to do as much, right? She's trying to kind of like move on, but like, why do you keep bringing up the drama? Why do you keep bringing up like why, trying to figure out why people hate you? And none of the answers you come up with are your fault. I've learned that when you're dealing with something, the first thing that you should do once you're like stepped out of the situation, you have time to like think about it, is you should blame yourself first. You should blame yourself first. Like that should be the first place you go. Like, what did I do to put myself in this situation? Not who can I blame? What's the headcanon I want to come up with to absolve me of responsibility? It is behind a paywall, but they've typically been really cool about that, which is deserving of praise. They do tackle their haters head on. They do.
It was oddly freeing. I guess like what I really want to say about the Lindsay Ellis documentary is it's freeing to know that I'm part of a law, if that makes sense.
What?
Like, this is a law of the land where if there is a creator who is a bit of a maverick at the time and doing things maybe a little bit differently or a lot differently.
What?
You know, and they do get a partner and they do eventually, inevitably, whether or not Ian got
Oh, fuck. I turned up the volume
a
quick.
partner or not, decide to move on and do something else, because you have always been that way. Like you moved from like What's in the Box to like doing like taco reviews to doing like you were trying to find other things anyways.
Picked up boxing randomly.
Yeah, picked up boxing. Like you would have done it anyways, but like when you inevitably move on, and maybe you're a little bit more brave in moving on because you do have someone that loves you and makes you feel safe.
Ugh. I hate to parasocially dissect that, but that's fucking that's what we see on camera, right? Like, I wouldn't talk to Noelle that way. I wouldn't talk to Noelle. Like, if Noelle was talking about getting a new job, I wouldn't be like, well, you know, Noelle, now that you're pursuing this job at work that's going to make you a lot more money, it's good that you're able to do that now that you have somebody with you that loves you and can make you feel safe. That's just like a very manipulative way of speaking, whether it's intentionally being done that way or not. But that's just not how I would talk to my partner. That's not how I would talk to Noelle. And that's what we see on camera. And again, they're like shitting with each other right in a room. Like, the context here is they're like alone in a room with Dane and they're talking and they're shooting the shit. So maybe they just say something stupid because of that. But she ain't beating the manipulative fucking girlfriend allegations with that line with me. It's because she has no filter and it's on her mind 24/7, and her hack therapist probably encourages it. Yeah, well, I like when you go to physical therapy when you have surgery or you hurt yourself and you end up going there for the rest of your life. That's how you know the therapy's good. In psychological therapy and in mental health therapy, it's amazing to me that in mental health therapy standards, having to go to therapy to treat your mental issues for the rest of your fucking life is like a good thing. Like, that's how you know it's good. The fact that it never worked, the fact that I only have measurable progress and never handle my issues, that's a good thing. That means you know it's working. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Therapy should be like learning to deal with something and then moving on with your life. not going to therapy because your dad fucking smacked you for the rest of your goddamn life. There should be an end to it. It needs to have an end. There needs to be an end to the road, bro.
Then inevitably, this is the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
These are just interesting. Oh my god. Oh my god. She did not. She did fucking not. Creator Clash had better protection than Trump did at his rally. Is she really? Because my immediate perception here, she's going to be all like, I actually should be I should be the head of Secret Service. You understand, Ian? Like, that's how she talks, right? She like immediately assumes the role that she's an expert on every topic, always. So I just imagine the take here is going to be like, I'm a lot more serious about security than the president is, or something like that. Which would just objectively be an insane statement to make.
Though the thing that does shock me, as someone who has run a very large event that did involve the FBI and the
fucking moron, dude. What? Son of a dog. She ran 2 boxing events in a big stadium, and she's like comparing that. She's about to compare that to the security detail for the president of the United States. Like, she knows. I ran a boxing event once, and let me tell you, I would have had the president safe and secure. What really secures me about the way the head of Secret Service, I don't know who it would be. What really concerns me about the way that the person who's in charge of the security detail for Donald Trump, what really concerns me about the way they handled their event, because if you guys don't remember, I ran Creator Clash. Come on now, let's go.
The thing that does shock me, as someone who has run a very large event that did involve the FBI and the police, we had to involve both. The amount of protection that we got.
Yo. Fuck whatever Anisa's talking about. Ian, amazing dog handler. Ian, perfect. Look at Ian. The dog starts making noise. And Ian just subtly is able to fucking handle the dog squeaking his toy. That why did you let the dog have access to a toy while you're recording? But watch this. Expert dog handler Ian Jomha.
The thing that does shock me, as someone who has run a very large event that did involve the FBI and the police, we had to involve both.
Dude, that is a good dog owner.
Shut the fuck up, kid.
Oh, shit. Big Bungie might be wrong about the neglectful dog. Well, then he said Anisa is a neglectful dog owner, but that's some dog control there.
Does shock me, as someone who has run a very large event that did involve the FBI and the police. We had to
the FBI and the police. I went and got my fingerprints checked with the FBI yesterday, so I can say that I have been involved in very prestigious roles in companies where I did have to be verified through the FBI. Like the reality of the situation is I'm not special at all, and it's just standard procedure, right? But like, that's what she's doing, right? She's like, she's acting like she had this like crazy experience in security detail because of what her role in Creator Clash. Obviously she's over exaggerating is my point, right? Like, that is true. Like, I just had to have my fingerprints done with like the FBI, which I can twist that. Like, if I'm interviewing for a job, I could be like, in previous roles I've been trusted with such high security information that I actually had to be vetted by the FBI and fingerprinted through the FBI to be able to secure the position in the company. And I can't tell you what I needed it for, but it's not that fucking special. It's just so I can go into like certain government facilities to work on equipment. That's all it's for. And then none of them are special. But I could twist it. I could be real creative with my words.
involve both. The amount of protection that we got for our event seems much more thorough.
Look how she laughs. The amount of protection that I got for my boxing event seems much more thorough than the president for the security for the president. And she believes it. She's like scoffing at them. Dude.
For our event seems much more thorough and greater than
Yeah.
the protection that Trump had. Because I know
Objectively insane fucking statement. How fucking heavy, dude. I was at your fucking event. I was at Creator Clash. Let me tell you how stupid and idiotic that statement was. As someone who attended Creator Clash 2, there it is on the wall. There it is. There it is on the wall. There it is on the wall right there. There was security when you came in. There was no security once you sat down. One of the biggest issues at the event were people kept stealing other people's glowing little wristbands to the point where like Anisa had people going on the microphone and being like, hey everybody, there's wristbands at your seat. Like there was nobody watching. Nobody was like, they had Markiplier and Jacksepticeye behind me, right? And there were like creators running down the fucking hall, like to go see them and talk to them. And then there were people like going up to them and there was no metal detectors, I don't think. It just seems bizarre. It seems bizarre to me. It seems bizarre to me as being in attendance of Creator Clash that she would dare compare the security there to that of like the protection of the president of the United States because she saw some videos online of the event. You have no clue what was even going on there, bro. But yeah, for some reason, I'm not sure if she's as qualified as she thinks she is to protect the president of the United States. Dude, whatever. Let it roll. Let it roll.
that there would have been someone on that roof or at least checking it out at our event.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, Anisa, for sure. For our boxing event with YouTubers, we would have fucking snipers on the roof. We would have hired the Secret Service to come in, and Anisa Jomha don't fuck around. Anisa Jomha will be like, listen, all right, boys, get your big girl panties on. You're going to go on the sloped roof. And if you see anybody at all, don't even try to be quiet about it. Don't even try to not make a ruckus. If you see anyone at all that looks like they might be a fucking threat, I need you to fucking end them, bro. Anisa Jomha runs a tight fucking ship. Tight ship. If I run for president, she's running my security detail. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Though the thing that does shock me,
It is amazing. Like, you'd think after all these instances of people calling out Anisa for like thinking that she's an expert on these topics that she's just clearly not experienced on, she'd stop fucking doing it. But she still has the take where it's like, if I was running the Trump event, I wouldn't have let that happen. Like, well, that's fun.
I want to say, like, I think there's a lot of
I think
people.
Bees let something else post that I wanted to go over. Oh yeah, he had the Ethan post, but I wasn't going to go over that then. Oh no, this is the Chris Tyson shit. Okay, we can use this. We can go over the Chris Tyson stuff. I can give you the intro. I can tell you a little bit about the Chris Tyson shit. Boogie2988 is a 49-year-old man dating a 20-year-old girl that was previously known to be the Mr. Rogers of the internet. Now, this could still be true if Mr. Rogers banged more prostitutes and Boogie2988 could prove he has cancer.